Welcome to our aging puzzle. I am your host, Corlette Deveaux. This week and this month, remember, we are talking about driving safe for the holidays because we want you to enjoy the holidays and we want you to be safe. Remember, our show is all about aging and how it affects us and how we live our life. We come to you every week with conversations from guests from all walks of life so that we can share and impact the life of one person. And we talk about how aging affects all of us because it doesn't matter if we're seniors, it doesn't matter if we're like middle age, maybe babies. We all have things that impact us no matter what age we are. So we want to spend this time doing our show to talk about stories that we can share that will make you laugh, that will inspire you, that will bring you to tears, and that really and truly just shares valuable insights. We're going to talk about health problems. We did talk last month with our guest who was diagnosed at a year and a half with sickle cell disease. So we really want to bring you inspiring stories so that we can make a difference in the lives of one person out there. And that's what this is about. So we look forward to an inspiring time of listening and learning and connecting with you and with each other. So this week, we want to extend a warm and festive holiday welcome to our guest, Melanie Lovelace. We are embracing the enchantment and the joy of the holiday season, and we want to spotlight the special program talking about driving safely this holiday season. And remember, this is all aligned with December being National Impaired Driving Prevention Month. Our caring holiday conversation is really focused on raising awareness and fostering collaboration and ensuring safety on the roads during the season. We are here with Melanie Lovelace, personal injury attorney from the injury law firm Galsterer Abramowitz. I think I got it right, Abramowitz. As our special guest, she will add her expertise to illuminate this very important topic. Remember, every month we always talk about, a one particular topic, and we have our guests on the show week after week, so you can hear their journey and follow us through so that we can really make a difference in the life of someone else out there. Week one, we tend to focus on diagnosis and shared some statistics, and week two, we kind of talk about the treatment options and last week we talked about tips, or this week we're going to talk about tips that Mel is going to share with us. And of course, week three, we tend to talk about what treatment options and case studies. And then week four, we tend to carry the story through so you can see the finality and really see the outcome of that guest journey throughout the month. And week four really brings that together so you can really see what the guest is doing differently and how it has had an impact on their life. So this is a journey, one guest every week for 4 weeks, taking you through their journey. So you've got to come every week to hear what's going on with our guest. And this week, we're going to have our guest, Mel Lovelace, who's going to share some tips on driving safe during the holidays. Now let's talk about aging facts. So we talk about aging facts every week because, as I mentioned, one, our show is called Our Aging Puzzle, and two, we are all aging, and it doesn't matter what age you are, you could possibly be impacted by something, and we're all impacted by something, whether we're young or old. This holiday season is marked by festivities and joys and parties and we are known as the holiday heart syndrome during the holiday season. We are partying, we're having a good time, we're spending time with our family. And, clinical studies from New York University highlights a noticeable increase in symptoms of heart disease, actually, including heart attacks during the holiday time. I didn't know that before the show. Actually, studies reveal a 4% rise and increase in heart-related deaths in the United States during December and New Year holidays. This is a staggering 37% higher risk of heart attacks on Christmas Eve, Y'all better be careful Christmas Eve. Don't get too excited and do too much stuff because that's increases your risk of heart attacks. Okay. So particularly, this affects the elderly, particularly and those with chronic health conditions. So be safe out there during the holiday season. There are also several factors that contribute to the heightened risk during the holiday season as well. We're all stressed out. We are stressed out because of all the parties and all the funds we have to spend buying gifts. Stress induced by the hustle of holiday travel and financial strain from gift giving can release cortisol, negatively impacting our heart health. Depression also is amplified during the holiday blues, posing an increased risk of heart disease, particularly for older adults, limiting in-person contact due to the COVID-19 pandemic. One, the seniors and older population don't want to go out there and party because they're concerned about COVID. So they may be depressed. They're staying indoors, they're concerned. Keep that in mind. Also keep in mind that our busy schedules may lead us to neglecting our medications. If you're on medication, don't neglect taking your medication. While you're indulging in heavy meals, excessive alcohol, it can increase your blood pressure and your heart rate. So please be cautious. Reduce how much you eat. Reduce the alcohol. I do not say that enough. And take your medication. For individuals with heart disease or any risk factors, precautions are essential. So you've got to plan your medication refills in advance. And if you're going out, bundle up against the cold. Avoid overindulgence and maintain healthy habits. These are crucial for your safety. Recognizing heart attack symptoms is also important. If you feel symptoms of a heart attack, get care promptly. If you need CPR, learn it, have someone nearby. Hands-on CPR is something nearly everyone should learn to do. You can learn how to do it. Go and tell your family members, let's learn how to do this so we can all look out for each other and keep each other safe. The American Heart Association has hands-only CPR tutorials on its website, so go and check it out. And I encourage prioritizing your health during the holiday season to mitigate the potential risk associated with the Christmas coronary. Come on, let's make this holiday season all about stress-free joy and taking care of ourselves so we can all age gracefully. So in this week, we want to take a closer look at tips to drive safely and be safe during the holidays. And we have our guest, Melanie Lovelace. Remember last week we talked to Mel and we learned that since 1982, drunk driving fatalities have increased. Remember 2022, we had 13,000 fatalities versus the year before. Gosh, we've got to increase awareness and we've got to be safe and prevent these things from happening. The threat of drunk driving remains as prevalent as ever, with drunk driving being responsible for so many deaths, as Mel mentioned before. We have to reduce the numbers and we have to be safe. So despite the increased awareness, we need to continue to increase awareness. We need to continue to harp on the fact that driving while impaired is not safe. Don't do it. Stay safe during the holidays. Mel is going to share some tips on how you can do that this week. So it's my honor to introduce my guest again. Today we have joining us Melanie Lovelace, a passionate advocate for victims of drunk driving. She is a personal injury attorney. Yes, she is. So she knows all about this firsthand. She represents victims of impaired driving. She's originally from Michigan and she holds a bachelor's degree in secondary education, English education, and a master's degree in educational administration. She pursued her law degree at Nova Southeastern, where she graduated magna cum laude. Smart lady. Mel's commitment to justice grew during her time as an associate for Nova Law Review and as a clerk at the injury firm. She specializes in various personal injury cases, including automobile and trucking accidents. She is dedicated to helping those affected by negligence. And when she's not practicing, she enjoys yoga. That reduces stress. She also likes scuba diving and she enjoys cooking with her fantastic husband. So please join me in welcoming Melanie Lovelace, my guest for this week. Welcome back again, Mel. It's fantastic to see you. Great to see you.
Thank you. You too. Thanks for having me back.
Awesome. Well, everyone, I trust that you are immersed in the festive vibes of the holiday, having fun, seeing your family, your friends, and hey, going to parties. That's what this time of the year is all about. So today we have crafted a special program and we want to hone in on vital concern impacting us all universally. And that is what we're talking about this month, National Impaired Driving Month. Recognizing that this month is all focused on that, we want to come together, and this is our mission, to heighten awareness and guarantee our collective safety on the roads throughout this celebratory season. So get ready. We're going to have a fantastic conversation with Mel about tips to stay safe during this holiday season. So Mel, as a personal injury attorney, please share with us some tips for our audience to stay safe on the road during this festive season.
Of course. And now, one of my most important tips is always to protect yourself through the type of auto insurance you purchase for your car. So there is something that you can purchase called uninsured motorist coverage, and it does step in and protect you should someone who's driving impaired hit you and not carry the proper coverage, which unfortunately I see all too often in my industry. Mm-hmm. But there are other just very practical, common sense tips that we sometimes forget that, can help you avoid drunk driving. And that is always having someone be a designated driver. If you can't, or you go out alone, you should always hire a driver or call an Uber, a Lyft, a taxi cab. There's really no excuse anymore in our society. There's so many services out there that provide rides, if you are in need of a ride or impaired and shouldn't be driving. And if you do decide to be the designated driver, you shouldn't feel pressured to drink alcohol. So, you can always order something non-alcoholic. They have all those fun cocktails now that are non-alcoholic. I'm pregnant right now, so I've been enjoying those ones. Yes.
Yes. Yeah. And they are actually very delicious.
Yeah, they are too. And it looks like you're, partaking with everyone else. Absolutely. And if you do see someone impaired that thinks they're about to drive, take their keys, call them the Uber, call them the Lyft. They might be mad at you for a moment in time, but the alternatives are much worse. And then when you're out on the road, when you are driving, you're not the impaired driver. It's good to be aware of impaired drivers that may be out there so you can avoid them. You should always pull over if you see one, report them, call 911, even if you just suspect it. People think I'm going to feel silly calling 911 for this. You don't know whose life you might be protecting and saving. There are some signs to spot a drunk driver or an impaired driver. Those are if someone's driving too slow or too fast for the conditions. They can't stay in their lane, so they're swerving from lane to lane, weaving in and out of traffic, forgetting to use their turn signals when changing lanes or turning, riding the rear of your vehicle, so tailgating you very closely, stopping suddenly or without any reason, going the wrong way on the road is a big one, obviously, or not having, their headlights on, or running stoplights and disobeying the traffic signals on the road. So those are always important things to look for as well if you're out and driving this holiday season.
Wow, those are a lot of fantastic tips. And what I like about the tips are they are very simple things that we can all look out for because
Mm-hmm.
the life that we save might be our own or that of someone that we love. So those are great tips, Mel.
So true.
And we hope that, it's just some tips to look out for as we all enjoy the holiday season. And as you mentioned, you are expecting.
Yeah.
And congratulations.
Thank you.
And you are drinking cocktails that are non-alcoholic. And they're
Yes.
funny.
Yeah. The
Right?
mocktails.
The
Mocktail.
mocktails. Yeah, share one or two mocktails so that anyone out there, we don't want people to feel left out if they're the designated driver. So what is your favorite mocktail, Mel?
Yeah. I always do. I love soda water.
Mm,
So I always do soda water, splash of grapefruit juice in it. And then if you want to make it festive, if they have a sprig of rosemary, put an orange wedge on there, lemon wedge.
mhm.
That's mine. It's simple. I don't like sugary drinks, so when it's super sugary, I don't want it. But there are all those fun ones too that literally, I mean, you can get the same cocktail everyone else is having just without the alcohol in it.
That is really, really good. And it's a good way for people to feel like they're enjoying things for the holidays and without, actually drinking an alcoholic beverage. I will tell you a funny story now.
Mhm.
I'm not a big drinker. And when I was in college, I was always the designated driver. And it got to the point where my um, my schoolmates would put so much pressure on me and people would talk about me. And I felt I would feel pressured sometimes. And so I decided to get people off my case. What I would do is I would fake drinking. And I don't know if this is a good thing to say, but this is what I did. I would go to the bar and I would say, "Can I have Sprite with an olive and a margarita glass with salt around it?" And so I would nurse on that for the entire night. So people thought I was drinking a margarita.
Yep.
And I really wasn't. But I did that because I did not want, one, I didn't want to feel pressured of people pushing, pushing, pushing to try to get me to drink because I'm not a drinker and I don't enjoy it.
Yeah.
But I do like Sprite.
Mm-hmm.
So I would do that and they would leave me alone. So that's what I did when I was in college, going through peer pressure. But I'm going to say to others, don't allow peer pressure to influence you to drink
No.
alcoholic beverage when you are the designated driver or when you are the driver of a vehicle. It's not safe.
Mm-hmm.
Make good decisions.
And that's so smart. You can ask for it in the same glass that they make the alcoholic beverage, so it does look like you are having one.
Absolutely. Or you can get a wine glass and put Sprite or ginger ale in that
Mm-hmm.
glass. They'll think you're drinking a glass of wine,
Yep.
right? So there are so many things that you can do to be safe for not only for yourself, your future, but also to save the life of someone else. Because one bad decision will make a huge difference in your future and somebody else's. And we don't want that at all.
Yes.
So thank you so much, Mel. You have provided tips. As a personal injury attorney, we respect your tips. We respect your insights because
Thank you.
you have seen it, you see it every day. Next week, you're going to share some of your personal case highlights, right?
Yes, I am.
Fantastic. We can't wait to hear about your personal case studies because we want people to know that this is serious, it happens, and we want everyone to be safe this holiday season. So thank you again, Mel. We're going to see you
Thank
next
you.
week.
Yes.
Take care of yourself. Take care of that beautiful baby, that bundle that you have
Will
coming.
do. Will do.
And we will see you next week.
Thanks, Corlette. Bye-bye.
Fantastic. Thank you. Melanie, thank you so much for contributing to this crucial conversation and providing education about the importance of not drinking and driving. Thank you so much for your tips, Melanie. Now let's talk about habits to live longer and live better. And remember, we always recommend 4 things every week: proper diet, regular exercise, reducing your stress, and socialization. These 4 things will help you so much. They will help you and have a positive impact on your life and overall health. So I encourage you to do these things so you can live longer and live better. And our topic again for the month is driving safe for the holidays. And we are eager to continue this conversation. Next week, we will have Mel come back again and she will talk again about her personal case studies. And listen, if you want to learn more and you have questions and you want to learn more insights, go to nhtsa.gov/road safety to learn more information. Again, we will see you next week where we're going to have Melanie Lovelace, personal injury attorney, right here in Florida, talking about her cases, personal case studies from Mel. So we'll see you next week. And as usual, we ask you to join us and we bid you farewell. Voila. See you next week.
I'm Kevin Harrington, an original shark from Shark Tank. DG Incorporated provides coaching services to help entrepreneurs open and grow assisted living facilities and build economic wealth. Visit their website to learn more.